are listening to the Krooked Hearts Podcast. Hey everybody, this is Andy the Pie Deal coming at you with the 9th installment of the Krooked Hearts Podcast. Thank you all for listening. We had a great holiday season. I'm hoping everybody else enjoyed the turkey and the ham and all the good things that we all were celebrating family and doing all the great things that we do for the holidays. And we are rolling into the new year here. We have a great band this reggae band here, local reggae guys from Temecula, playing all over the place. Indica is the name of the band. Definitely going to want to check them out. But as I said, we've got some great things coming in for the new year. We definitely are excited about some of the interviews to come. We have stepped up our game with a couple of them. We got some video coming your guys' way, so hopefully you guys can get excited about that, and as much as we are. And get it on the YouTube, check that out. That's definitely going to be where you're going to want to see the video and kind of just check out the new aspect of the show here. We do have some other things coming your way as well for the new year that we're excited about. We'll get rolling in on that as we go, but we're going to roll right into the interview here. And as I said, this is episode 9. Check this one out, guys. Enjoy, have a cry, have a laugh. Hopefully you'll learn something. It's a great interview, so tune in and check it out. So I'm Andy the Pie Deal. It's my nickname around these parts. Nice. This is a Krooked Hearts Podcast. I have Indica Roots here in the house tonight.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah. This afternoon.
Yeah, what's up?
Go ahead and introduce yourself, my gentlemen.
What's up? My name's Alex Rico. I play rhythm guitar and vocals for Indica Roots.
I'm Alex Escalante. I play the drums.
My name is Ian Michael Renault, and I play the bass guitar. Otherwise known as the big guitar.
The big guitar. That was
Shout out
beautiful.
Wolfpack.
Very nice, very nice. All right, gents. So as I kind of already hit on, is this our first podcast? Or a couple of you mentioned no.
As the band, yes. This
as
is
the band.
Yeah, as the band, this is our first podcast. I'm an avid watcher of them.
Sure.
But this is my first active participation in it.
Okay,
so
cool.
Very excited to be here.
And you've been on one, you said?
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
right?
I've done like a couple podcasts and like one radio thing. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
For me, I did Tunes, Brews, and Reviews.
Okay.
Did that one with Dustin Becker, and then
Marlon
Asher was there, and Rob.
Yeah,
Fluid
Foundation.
It was sick.
Killer.
Yeah, man.
So this is, you're no virgins. We're not popping any cherries here.
Oh, no.
Okay, good.
We're
experienced.
We're lubed up, ready to go.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Awesome. Well, guys, I know obviously you guys are, reggae rock thing, this and that's fond of my heart because I've been in a few reggae rock bands myself. So.
Oh, nice. What'd you play?
I play guitar.
Cool.
Nice. And so we'll get into maybe we'll touch a little bit on some of that but yeah.
Cool.
I dig your guys' thing, and as I mentioned with the tones, and we'll talk about some of that other stuff. But you guys definitely, I've been kind of following you guys on Instagram and stuff and seeing,
cool.
and so let's just get from the beginnings here. Let's go to the beginnings. What inspired the band? How did maybe through each of you who are here right now? Let's just go into what inspired you guys to pick up instruments. Let's go to the roots of it all here. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it back. So we'll start with you, my man.
Me personally, I picked up my grandpa's guitar when I was like maybe 12. Started jamming from there. Just kind of learned a few chords and started writing lyrics to them and stuff. And, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the band didn't start until probably I was like 19. Mm-hmm. And that was with a couple of buddies who we were just jamming and started doing like a couple covers and stuff. The textbooks and Expendables, Slightly Stupid, Pepper, Fortunate Youth, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we got a show through our buddy Chris Graham, who was actually the bass player for our really good friends Low Budget, this band out in like Newport Beach area.
Okay.
They're awesome. Shout out to Brando. And they got us our first show out there at this place called the Blue Cafe. And then we just kept getting shows after that. And the two people that actually started the band with me are not in the band anymore. So, I mean, the revolving
it always evolves, for sure,
the door. So.
Rico is the origin member.
Yeah.
Mr. Roots.
Yeah.
That's me.
19 youngsters.
Yeah. We had to have X's on our hands going into the venue because we couldn't drink and stuff.
Sure.
so-
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
He knows all about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just recently got out of that. You
Yeah.
know, I'm freshly 21, so,
Okay.
crazy. But,
Yeah.
I managed to wipe them off.
Oh yeah. Make our way into the scene.
Of course.
Always. Yeah, and
All right.
that's pretty much it. I mean, the band went through like ups and downs to pretty much get us to where we are right now. There was a good period of like a year and a half to 2 years where I was just playing acoustic shows by myself with Indica Roots, the name still, just to keep it alive,
Sure. Yeah.
And then I linked up with the Brian McManus, who's actually
The
on his
Brian
way here
McManus.
soon. So
Right.
he'll give his
Brian
little chunk on that. But after that, everything kind of just fell into place. It's been taking a long time to get everyone that's here right now, and I feel finally like confident that everyone's like comfortable.
Locked down. Yeah.
Exactly. It
Sure.
took a long time. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so as a guitar player, I know you mentioned a few names already, but starting at like 12 years old, we all have like these things that influence us and stuff. But
Oh, yeah.
who were some main influences for you? I mean, you didn't even mention Sublime or anything. That's what I wanted you to take it back to like the old school stuff.
That
or,
for sure. I mean, I grew up with like on Bob Marley,
Sure,
Peter
yeah.
Tosh, Dennis Brown,
Yeah.
Toots and the Maytals,
Right.
all the goods,
Sure.
And like King Tubby, all the dub stuff.
Mhm.
And Eka Mouse, Barrington Levy, all the classics,
Love it. Okay, cool.
And that had a huge influence. But really, I grew up on like a lot of like Earth, Wind, and Fire, and like the Spinners and stuff like that.
Sure,
like the
yeah.
old school.
Old
That
50s
was-
kind of doo-wop stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's,
Which is like a lot of the Bob stuff and all that early
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
was influenced
exactly.
from all that. So
Exactly.
yeah, for sure,
yeah. So that had like a huge influence too. And
Great.
like R&B and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Sure. Just paying your dues through the years and just learning.
learning exactly. Still learning.
Yeah, oh, always.
Completely.
Yeah,
Aren't we
every
all?
day.
Got no
Yeah.
idea what I'm doing.
All right, well, I'm gonna go right to your side here, my friend, and just jump into the next gentleman here. What? I'm sorry. What's your name again, my man?
Also Alex.
Alex. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I was
Double Alex,
Double
yeah.
Alex. Okay.
The 18.
All right. All right. Alex number 1 or 2. I don't. However, we'll do that. Share with us, my friend. Like, how did you start? What inspired you?
I don't know exactly what inspired me to start playing the drums.
Okay.
I mean, I started when I was 7, and I'm 21 now, so I've
Right.
been playing for 14 years.
Yeah, I mean, when you're 7, I mean, there's not like a big mind grasping. Like, I'm inspired by this. It's probably like you
Well-
wanted to bang on things, at that
Yeah, it's
age.
like, just, I don't know, I always loved music as a kid early on, and I would always just tap along to everything.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of saw, or like not really saw at the time, but like heard drums, and I kind of understood what drums were, but never really got to play one or anything. And I was just like, I want to do that. And my parents ended up buying me a junior drum set, which I destroyed in like a month. And then after that, I didn't really have any drums until I was in middle school, playing for jazz band and all that. So the only time I'd play was at school.
Yeah.
And then I got a drum set when I was 14. Played every single day, all day in my garage. And then just kind of kept going from
Fell
there.
in love with it.
Yeah,
You got,
for
you
sure.
got bit.
And then I
By the
did
drum bug.
The drum bug.
did a drum line and then jazz band throughout high school. I ended up doing open class and world class drum corps outside of that.
Okay.
And
You putting in your dues, doing the standard
Yeah.
thing, the standards,
yeah,
learning
did
all
a little bit
that.
in college and just been everywhere, just about.
Sure.
But like grew up listening to like old school hip hop and R&B.
Okay.
I remember having this little iPod shuffle that my dad gave me, just full of
Yes.
like Tupac, Biggie,
The greats.
Snoop Dogg,
so badass.
Bob Marley, Steel Pulse,
Oh,
like
man,
all this
Steel
stuff
Pulse.
that I would just like listen to the drums and just kind of play along to it. And yeah, that's kind of. And here I am now.
And here you are now, rocking and rolling.
Awesome. What kind of drums do you play?
I have like 4 different kits and like 7 different snares.
Okay. So
But,
there's no lucky
He's a
set or
drum
no one
fiend.
that you're drawn
my
to.
go-to is
Vintage kid.
well, it broke recently, so I don't play it. But
Vintage what? Lugwood or something?
it's
or what?
actually a very uncommon and really rare kit. It's
Okay.
Canwood,
Oh yeah.
and it's 80s Canwood, and
Okay.
it's extremely rare. So-
Yeah.
But then the bass drum mount kind of got broke. Like
Okay.
the weld just broke off, so I got to re-weld it.
Right.
But my go-to is a I call it my custom stage custom.
Okay.
It's a Yamaha stage custom, like a little bit of an older kit that I sanded the finish down completely. It used to be like gloss black lacquer.
You're like, no.
Over the it looks great.
I'm gonna customize this thing, man.
Sanded it down. I stained it sapphire red, put a semi-gloss on it, and then I put natural high gloss bass drum hoops on it.
Sure.
Looks freaking killer, and it sounds insane.
Oh, that's killer.
I always get complimented on it.
Yeah.
And it has no badging either, so nobody even knows what it is.
So you get the compliments. You're like, well, thank you.
It's like,
I did it myself.
That's my baby.
Yeah.
I did it myself.
Yeah, it's like I have pride in it because it's like I did it all myself. It
Sure,
took like 3 weeks total to do the whole thing.
It's like not only a drum set, but it's like a piece of art.
Yeah.
It's like you can take responsibility
It's
for
like-
how awesome it looks.
Technically, I painted it.
Yeah, right.
Technically.
Painted your
Yeah.
I mean, I stained it.
That's
but-
killer, dude.
He's the
It's like, hey, I
Picasso
did
of
that.
drums.
Yeah, right.
Beautiful.
Well,
Picasso of
props
drums.
to you, my friend.
So yeah, Yamaha, go to.
Shout out Yamaha, sponsor
Yeah.
this boy.
Big Firth.
Coming in this week.
Drop 'em, man.
My Instagram is @model Alex Escalante. Hit me at Big Firth. And Zildjian,
I
please.
think I see a mail truck pulling up. I think you have some mail.
I don't have a PO box.
All right, we're going to work our way over to the third gentleman here.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Ian?
You got it.
Yes, okay.
You
So,
got it.
tell us what inspired you, where your journey started, my friend.
My journey starts at like 2nd grade. I remember I was hanging out with I grew up in Miami, so I'm a Floridian. So,
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so
Florida man.
and
Southern
Miami,
East Coast dude over
as,
here.
as you know, Miami's super Latin influenced.
Sure,
it's
yeah,
all
dude.
like, just salsa,
No, not at all.
samba,
Yeah, bro.
like, and it's amazing. It's just you walk down the street and there's
Yeah.
like just a drum circle happening or like a percussive like jam or whatever. It's amazing.
Right.
But I was in 2nd grade. And I befriended this girl named Elise Chirino, and she's like, to this day, one of my closest friends.
Oh, okay.
And she's part of this family of like super famous musicians from Cuba, the Chirino family. Like Willie Chirino, he's like, they like worship him over there.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But one day I was hanging out at Elise's house after school, and her aunt came home with like a giant guitar case. And at that time, my dad like raised me on Pink Floyd. My mom loved Crosby, Stills and Nash,
Like
and
70s stuff.
Exactly,
yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
So,
60s, 70s.
exactly,
Yeah.
but I grew a really strong liking to the Doors, so that was all on my mind.
Right.
And to this day, I'm
Which-
the biggest Doors fan.
No, they don't have a bass player.
Exactly,
The keyboard plays the
which
bass
is crazy,
lines,
right?
yeah.
So like that still blows my mind. But so Elise's aunt came home with a giant guitar case, and I was like, can you show me the guitar? And she was like, it's not a guitar, it's a bass. And I was like,
What's in the big giant guitar case?
It's
not a guitar.
I was like, in 2nd grade, I was like, well, what's a bass? And then like she opens it, and it was like this gorgeous Fender like rainbow gloss finish, like with
Like a stand-up bass, or like you're talking like a huge
just a
big-
regular
okay.
electric bass, but it was just like custom, and the frets had like diamonds
all
in them
blinged
almost.
out.
Yeah, it was crazy,
Killer looking.
and she let me hold it.
What grade?
2nd grade. Yeah,
So
I was
your
like,
eyes just sparkled when you saw this
literally,
thing, dude.
I
You
must
were
have been like
Holy Grail.
7 years old, and like she let me hold it, and it was literally taller than me, and I was like, I want to do this. And then she was like, learn 3 Little Birds by Bob Marley, and at the time, obviously, I didn't remember that, and then years later, I did what he did, through school. I played in jazz band, did all that stuff. Didn't really get serious until I formed my own band, Virali, back home, and we did reggae rock out there. And it's funny because Indica Roots is what I wished Virali was back home.
Yeah, right.
And Virali was cool, don't get me wrong, but
sure.
This is the sound that I was really looking for.
Yeah.
But
you were searching for that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So just having that early twinkle of the bass light,
dude.
When time came in middle school, it was all right, pick your instrument. I was bass guitar.
Yeah.
Instantly, and and then that just stemmed off into this crazy tornado. I didn't go the conventional route. I didn't want to kind of follow the sheet music and
Sure.
sit with teachers and stuff like that. I was I just want to play rock and roll,
Right.
and that was my thing. So I listened to Rush, I listened to Yes, all these crazy
Oh yeah, dude, the progressive stuff. for
Chili
sure,
Peppers
yeah.
became my life.
Sweet. Come on, bro.
I have a Chili Peppers tattoo on my
Yeah.
ankle.
Claypool?
Claypool, of course.
Yeah, I mean, come on,
But the biggest transition in my playing, I would say, is when I went to study jazz in college.
Sure.
And I took a bass lesson with Matthew Benelli, and he's the bass player of the Bee Gees.
Okay,
and I had a
cool.
private lesson with him. And he taught me about Jaco Pastorius.
Okay.
And he is the Jimi Hendrix of
Oh
bass,
yeah, bro.
you know.
He's
And
got
like,
a voice on that thing, man.
oh my goodness. And
Yeah.
like when I heard like Barbary Coast and like Teen Town and, you know, like Donna Lee and all these like beautiful
Yeah.
like compositions
Yeah.
that he made and wrote everything for: bass, drums, guitar,
Yeah.
like string section, you know.
Totally.
Like, that just
He's like the Miles Davis of bass.
exactly.
And stuff,
He
dude. Yeah,
opened
it's
my eyes to me that I'm not just a bass player. I'm
Yeah.
so much more. I'm an artist, and like
Sure.
you're not just a musician. You don't just play one instrument. You are an artist. If
Yeah.
you're like, you know, you're doing it. So
if you can envision it and you can
Exactly.
think about it and you can project
Yeah.
it, you can make
So,
it.
Exactly.
You can do it. Yeah.
So I was influenced by, you know, rock and roll, grunge, and all that stuff like that. But I was in high school, I think freshman year, and I heard the Sublime self-title for the first time all the way through. Garden
Sure.
Grove was the first song, and I was like, California, I love reggae, I'm doing this.
Sure.
And, you know, I just made it a mission to just join all these bands, and then, like, before I knew it, I got to go on this 2-month tour around the country with this Venezuelan Latin band called Bachaco, and we went
Okay.
from, like, Florida, Texas, Cali, all around.
Wow, dude, good for you.
And I was only 19.
What
so,
an
you know,
experience,
it
huh?
was wild, man. And like that, we stayed in Vista out here, and that was one of the houses that we stayed at. And I was like, you know what, this doesn't seem too bad. And a year later,
Beach Town?
I moved into that house a year later after that tour.
Really?
And
Wow.
then linked up with Indica Roots like the second week I moved out here, and
Okay.
like started my life out here.
So how long had Indica Roots been around before he joined? Like, how far into this band?
Probably a good.
Because you said there was kind of revolving musicians.
Good 8 years.
Yeah, I was about to say like
Okay.
8 years,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like I moved out here like a year and a half ago. So
Okay.
I've been in the band pretty much since I moved out here because
Okay.
I knew them from Miami, and then he was already talking like, "Yo, we need a bass player, like
Yeah.
you know, come jam
How,
with
you
us."
guys played out in Miami? How did you
No,
hook
no.
up with this guy? Like, how did you know each other?
I
from-
was just like
It's a
networking.
crazy yeah.
Yeah, like
Dustin Becker, our homie,
yeah,
who
like-
we met through our homie Brian Peace, the Wing King up in Vegas. He connected us with Dustin Becker down here, who does tunes, brews, and reviews.
who interviewed the Tones and like a bunch of other bands.
And
yeah.
he's got Dad's Elixir going and all that. And he totally plugged us in with Ian. He literally hit us up and he's like, "I got the bass player for you."
Okay.
He's-
You were looking
he's
for a
perfect.
bass player
yeah.
at the time?
Yeah, we
Okay.
didn't have a bass player. We were
Right.
just 3-piecing it, drum
Okay.
and 2 acoustic
Okay.
guitars. So
And immediately on the first practice, like they played me their set, and I was so blown away by some songs. I was like, dude, which songs are covers and which are originals? Like
Yeah.
I wasn't even sure. And like to this day, last night at Miramonte, we played the song called "Slow," and every single time I hear that, I'm like, dude, there's no way we wrote this. But we wrote this. Like, you know, it's fucking crazy. I love it though. It's
That's
like,
awesome.
It's a really good song.
That's great.
And this guy does so much to it. Like since
Yeah.
he joined the band, the dynamic just fucking like,
Yeah.
crazy shifted. Amazing. So
That's always good.
yeah, of course.
Well, we have a lot of directions to take these conversations. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I have questions and I have relevance of things that I could,
course.
you know. But
Start talking about aliens. If you
I'm just
want.
gonna start. I'm gonna
Don't
start right
keep
here.
it
This
going
is
on
how I
conspiracies.
heard about you guys, and so I don't know if this is. I may be touching on a sore subject. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm just
see.
gonna pop it out there. I work at Pete's Music, and there
Okay.
was this cat that rolled in, and he was looking at like $1,000 bass or whatever, and I
Okay.
was like talking to him or whatever, and as I do to people that come in the store, and I was like, "You play bass, bro?" Or,
Yeah.
you know, like obviously you're looking at a pretty expensive
Yeah,
bass.
what's your
and-
deal?
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, I play bass and stuff," and I was like, getting in a story, and he's like, "Yeah." And I was, "You play in a band or anything?" "Well, I used to play in this band Indica Roots and stuff," and so. Since then, I had checked you guys out, but
Okay.
he works over at Aftershock.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's my
I'm
homie
sure-
Dallas.
I would
Dallas,
assume
yeah.
that
Yeah,
he's the
so-
dude that maybe preceded him, or maybe before. I don't know how many revolving people he's had in the band.
And Dallas is homie to the heart. Same with our old keyboard player Thomas.
Sure.
And yeah, they're actually in a new band now called Decadent Shaman. You should
Okay.
check them out. And yeah, they totally they have like a very a different approach to the sound that they were doing, and I feel like
Okay.
once they did that and were able to start that,
Yeah.
their stuff just started flowing. You got to
Okay.
check them out; they're really cool.
Yeah, he seemed like a cool cat, you
Yeah.
know, and like he mentioned that I was like, well, Indica Roots, I could only, you know, the name kind of, you
Yeah.
know, so I was like, there must be like some reggae thing going on. He
Yeah.
said, yeah, this and that, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
as I say,
It's
I can relate to that, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so like it's dear to my heart. I love that kind of music,
Of course.
you know, so
yeah,
I mean,
same with all of us.
yeah, so I was like, okay, cool. So like I said, I started following you guys on Instagram
Cool.
and stuff
Well,
after
that's
that. I was
awesome.
like, I better check these cats out, you
Yeah,
know, and
Yeah,
so.
of course.
But yeah, that's how I came upon you guys. Was
That's
just
awesome.
talking to him and
Word of mouth.
That just So anyway, and I've only told other people about you guys and
That's awesome.
this and that, and I think the Tones and you guys are the only two like kind of reggae rock bands that are kind of like in the scene and doing like here local and
Locally,
stuff. I'm not trash talking you, Tones. They were supposed to show up like 2 weeks ago. I had an interview set up for them. I was all set up just like this is.
Oh.
And I get a text at 12. Dude, we're not going to make it. We forgot.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, you're killing me, bro. So I love them. I mean, I've been following them and I dig their sound and everything.
they're the
So
homies.
this isn't really a trash talk, but I was just kind of like, dude, you guys, no, not even a schedule conflict, bro. Like straight up, like we forgot. And I was like, take the bong out of your hands and get down
Bong
here,
rips.
dude. Like, come on, bro. Like you forgot. And he's like, let me buy you a beer. I'm like, dude, a beer's not gonna make it up for this. I've been here for like an hour and a half setting everything up, mics and everything, dude. It was like, dang it.
That's rough.
So needless to say, hopefully
You'll get them.
We'll get them in.
You'll get them in.
Now at this point I'm like 6 bands in with other bands, so it'll be a bit. But
Yeah.
I love their style, and like I said, reggae is close to my heart. So I was really like I was stoked to get those guys in here.
Yeah.
That was a bummer. It was a bummer that they kind of dropped the ball big time on that one.
It happens, those are our
I know
little
it
brothers.
does.
We love them. But
Musicians, dude. I mean, and that's the thing though, is that with musicians, we all get this like kind of this stigma that we're flakes, and and there are a big group of them that are, and that's why we get the stigma of like being flaky musicians, this and that. And I was like, don't live up to the stigma, guys. Damn it. You know what I mean? Yeah, shoot. You're only feeding into it right now. So anyway, I love them, and I'm sure something will work out down the line. But those two bands are the only that I keep reoccurringly hearing Indica Roots and the Roots when speaking about local bands, and that's what this podcast is all about. Really, it's just supporting local acts.
Yeah.
So far, that's like I'm kind of want to tap to this scene here, and then once I've like tapped all the resources, then LA or San Diego or whatever. But right now, I'm like really focused on like the scene here. There's enough scene, enough bands.
And they're coming out of the woodworks.
Yeah,
too.
for
like,
sure.
Right now, every other day I'm hearing of a new band. Like Groove Underground. They're super sick. I just joined a new band called Antic. And my guitarist, Joey, he also plays with Groove Underground sometimes.
Right.
And, like, it's just crazy how everyone's
The
connected.
community.
And
Yeah,
the
sure.
community.
Everyone knows
And the more
everyone.
I hear like another band like Lunar Hand, like the Tones has
that name,
the bass player has Lunar Hand, and like all these crazy bands. It's so cool.
Totally, it is cool. It's a good scene. It's starting to kind of become a scene.
It just needs to be recognized, like things like this, like what you're doing. You're bringing light to all these bands,
and that's what I want to do. Yeah, I mean, we need a spotlight, dude. We need something to showcase all the talent here, and that's what this is all about. Anyway, so I know you guys play all over. I mean, I've been following you guys on Instagram and stuff, so that's the main thing that I see, and I'm on Facebook and this and that. But
we try to jump around.
You mentioned some of the acoustic gigs that you do with your homie, like winery gigs and stuff. I mean, which we're in Temecula, that's the thing. I mean, there is that there is that aspect of things, but there's a lot of bars and stuff in town too, and all that. So
we've played pretty much everywhere around here over the years.
You do Miramar, and you do like I've seen.
We do Miramonte monthly.
Miramonte, sorry.
And we do Callaway
That was us
monthly.
last night at Miramonte.
Okay, yeah.
We dressed up last
nice.
night.
And Rico was a sriracha bottle.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Oh my god.
It's classic.
All right.
So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool pick.
Pretty cool.
So yeah, I mean, I know that's part of it, but I mean also that you guys, there's more than just the wineries. A lot of people connect that to Temecula. And so that's very cool that you guys are able to, branch out to.
Yeah, we love it.
The bar scene is cool, but I mean, this is our thing here in Temecula is doing, some winery gigs and stuff. And
personally, I love the wineries. However, the potential in breweries is bigger.
Yeah.
Because
after the gastropubs and all this stuff that are starting to kind of take off.
And like, I've seen like Black Plague Brewery down in Vista, or Oceanside, they like blew up overnight, like just because they built
Black
a good
Plague's
stage
awesome.
and they built a good stage. They made it all spooky because a bunch of people love being all goth and cool and weird and whatever. But so every time I've gone to that area, I always see a fat crowd at Black Plague every single time. We played there once, and it was packed.
Yeah, ridiculous.
It was dope. So
Awesome.
like, and Miramonte is cool, but it's the wineries like it's a little bit of an older crowd.
It
like,
is, yeah. It's
breweries. It's kids who
It's a
are
little
really
classier
gonna
there. Yeah.
accept to the music. We'll break out some covers at the wineries.
That's what I figured. I was gonna say the wineries are probably more catered towards the little covers that
we'll do,
people
like,
want to
love
hear,
song,
and
you
you play like the bar gigs, and you get to do your
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. And
so
that's what I love. And people get a little bit more wild at
yeah,
places,
for
so.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Younger
Froggy
crowd.
Beach.
That's
Like at Saddle
they're
Bar.
drinking hard booze, not wine.
Dude, believe it or not,
yeah.
the cats at the wineries get pretty.
Crazy.
Oh, last
Yeah,
night
that
I've seen it.
wine, man.
I've
That
seen it,
wine,
bro,
the
yeah.
wine walk, man.
Yeah.
It was only 8 o'clock last night, and we
Winos.
had like a dance floor of like a bunch of wine moms going in.
Yeah.
Going
I've seen it. Yeah. I mean, I work for Morningstar Productions, and I work for Heyday and stuff,
Cool.
interning and stuff. So, I mean, I've done my share of like Journey and Rush
Yeah.
cover
Oh,
bands
yeah.
at the wineries and stuff, and I've seen it, dude.
Yeah, we just
I've
played
seen
with
the catwalk
the
down
Who
there.
cover band,
Yeah,
Callaway on
My
Friday.
Generation.
Okay, cool.
Or the Who Generation.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Rob from Heyday just had me come out and watch the Cured show at the Shadow. What's that?
Boiler Room?
No, Long Shadow.
Oh,
Winery.
yeah.
Yeah, they had the
cool.
Cured down
Yeah.
there, and
Fleetwood
Invictus,
Macs,
that
yeah.
band that
Yeah.
they were open and
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, and they were like full on wigs and the whole dress up
Yes.
thing,
Yeah, same
dude.
thing
And
with
like,
Who,
they
yeah.
got, it was cool, bro.
Fleetwood
I
Mac's
mean,
doing one at Belvino, I think, next week or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and go.
yeah. So there is a lot of kind of cool cover bands and
Yeah.
stuff. But as you say, with the winery scene, I mean, there's a lot of the drunk moms out there that are
Yeah.
just loving it. I gotta get my wine on,
Exactly.
and
Well,
like,
what's cool about having a lot of cover bands though, it gives original bands like Indica Roots and the Tones
Sure.
and a really
Makes
strong
us stand out a
advantage.
little
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Because when you go to a bar and then there's like this group of 50-year-olds like just playing the same Roller Coaster Love,
Sure.
like all
Yeah.
the bar hits or whatever.
yeah.
You're like, yeah, I've seen this before.
It's just
But when you
kinda lame to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
I see that, I'm
honestly,
like, ah,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
But when young ambitious kids, get on stage and they're playing their original music, like that is receptible. You
have to have balls. I'm sorry to
Yeah.
put yourself out there. I mean, that's just part of the dropping your inhibitions and we're gonna play the originals. We're gonna
Yeah.
do the thing that's us. That's spilling our hearts out there and putting it out in the world. And I mean, not. It's hard. It's obviously harder to book gigs to be an original band than it is to be a cover band. We all know that
Oh,
as
yeah.
musicians and done that whole thing.
Yep.
And the balancing of that is always, an obstacle and things.
Takes
but
time and building a name for yourself.
but
Years.
the heart for a musician is playing those originals and being able to
absolutely.
do that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where our hearts are. I mean, that's
Exactly.
what we want to implement more and more and more as
Yeah,
musicians.
and
is just,
creating.
sure, yeah. So, all right. So, tell me about. I've never been to the Boiler Room before, and I saw the dude from Pepper was down there. You guys did. So, what's the connection
Oh,
with
yeah,
you guys in
Uncle
that whole
Khalil.
scene?
Uncle
yeah.
Khalil.
Yeah.
I love you.
What was
few
the
connections with
connection with that? I mean, that was like a. What was it?
I believe that was for the release of our homies Fluid Foundation.
Fluid
Shout out
Foundation,
Fluid
yeah, I saw that.
Foundation.
Right.
For Slow Ride, right?
Yeah, for their new album
Yeah.
Slow Ride.
Cinco de
'cause,
Mayo.
yeah, it was on
Right.
Cinco de Mayo.
Lit.
It was, and Khalil was featured on their album, so
That's why
he was there to
I was
jam
like, the
with them
dude
and
from
stuff.
Peppers in Temecula
Oh,
at
yeah.
the Boiler Room? I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
what the heck, dude? That's killer.
Yeah, it was
So-
cool. It was cool.
And the Tone's open for that one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it was
so
us,
you guys
the
were just
Tones,
down there
and-
representing?
No, we were
No,
playing
played.
too,
We
yeah.
played. Okay,
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Who it was us, the Tones. Who else?
I
Like
think it was
just us.
just
three?
us, the Tones, and
Yeah.
Fluid Foundation.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, and then we did a few more shows with them around afterwards. with
Okay,
them, too.
killer.
Like the
dude.
Rasta Pop festivals.
Right.
Those were cool. With
Yeah.
Ellie Mack. That
So
was cool.
so he played on their album, and then it looked like you guys were all having a ball, dude. I saw a bunch of
Oh, yeah.
pictures and
Yeah, it
stuff.
was
It was like a
epic.
homie fest.
Yeah,
you know what
it
I mean?
really
Like
was.
everybody was just chill and.
It was crazy because Rob from Fluid Foundation really kind of bridged a gap between certain like I would say A-list reggae musicians and then us grinding towards that right
Sure.
now. Like he literally got Marlon Asher to get friendly with an entire brewery. He was just walking
Yeah.
around taking pictures, hanging out with all of us.
Yeah.
At
Shout out
Brewery.
Legacy.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
Legacy. And that was super cool. And then before you know it, Marlon's popping up more and more around, and then
Okay.
Kaleo came to a show. Then Dan Kelly from Fortunate Youth got thrown in
Right.
the mix,
Yeah.
and he was doing shows with Fluid Foundation. Things just
Yeah.
kept perpetuating, you know, who knows, like Rob's trying to bridge more gaps, and like a big shout out to you, Rob, like you're doing a lot for us. You just filmed a music video for us, like,
Yeah, coming out soon.
Yeah,
coming out soon.
You guys got okay, so you guys
Yeah.
are working on a music video.
Oh, it's
Nice,
done.
dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Just all the editing,
Final-
all that
yeah,
stuff. The
final
post,
stages,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
All the bells and
but
whistles.
Sweet,
it
dude.
looks great. Like Rob did
Yeah.
a great job on it, and you know, I'm just stoked for the future
Yeah.
of the band. You know, like,
Where did you guys go to film that?
we did like
Kind of all over, like.
it was mainly in Fallbrook, and
Fallbrook,
then Oceanside.
Oceanside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like super like woodlandy, beachy.
Okay.
You know.
We tried to do it at places that we would normally be at, like at the
Yeah.
beach and stuff.
Yeah.
Was it like live footage of you guys like playing or like
A little bit of both, like
little
just
bit-
us like pretty much singing to the songs, and you
Okay.
know, like playing,
Having a
and
guitar
Yeah.
in the filming and playing the notes while
Sure.
We have
Yeah.
some like
Yeah.
still shots and stuff like
Okay.
that are pretty
with,
cool.
with drums?
No,
I
it's
wasn't there for that.
Yeah, for that it's
Oh,
actually
okay.
just me, Rico, and Brian.
Okay.
The
Mr.
Brian McManus.
Okay.
Mr. McManus.
Okay.
I don't even know what I was doing that day. Probably playing another show or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did have a show.
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
But
We're busy. That's what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah. Well, that's cool, dude. I wanted to touch on. I saw on your guys' Instagram the thing about. I want to bring up this whole thing with. So you guys did San Francisco, San Luis Obispo. You guys did the whole Northern Cali thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
And like you guys went and checked out like the Star Wars area. and
Oh,
all
yeah.
the woods and all
The
that
Forest
stuff,
of
dude.
Endor.
So how PG
Check
is this
that
podcast?
out, dude. Like I love.
What can you tell?
What can
right
I
now?
tell?
Yeah.
Like how PG is this podcast?
I lived in Tahoe, so I lived up in Tahoe for like 8 years, and we used to go San Fran. We'd go to
Yeah.
like the Redwood Forest and Yosemite,
Oh, yeah.
and so I mean I know that and I love that area.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean you can't help but love that Northern
man.
It
Cali,
was an
dude.
experience.
Yeah.
To say the
Let's
Right.
just say. Let's
Yeah.
just say. I.
Took acid. Joking, but seriously.
But
Are we?
seriously.
But seriously? No, it was incredible. Like we literally we actually were with one of my close friends, JC from home. Shout out Dios
Jay
Sasedio.
Sizzle.
I love
Yeah.
you, Jay Sizzle. He was like our photographer.
Okay.
And he's back home in Miami for now, but he's moving back out here soon.
Sure.
But he was with us on that run, and
Best merch guy out there.
he's the best. Like I love him. But we decided to go to the Muir Woods, and then
Yeah.
we went to the Muir Beach.
Okay.
And we parked there, and we were just skating and like having a blast. And I was like, you know what? You know, it took a little, took a little tab.
When in Rome.
And then you
Yeah.
know we took a really sick photo shoot like on the beach. Like I don't know if you saw the picture of us sitting on the log.
Yeah.
Like you know we did that. Then we climbed this giant like rock mountain. Like
We have some really cool pictures that I have no idea where they are.
they're on my laptop. I have
Yeah,
all of them. It's
right.
crazy. Like it's literally, and it's funny because you just see my face and you see like the uncertainty of like
Yeah,
me like
yeah, what's
trying to
going
get
on.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I do with my
But
hands?
no, it was super cool. Like you know the vibes were very.
The shows
strong
were
there.
epic. It was just a good time.
And then
all around.
after we drove through Haight-Ashbury and it was
Oh,
all
yeah.
like, you know, foggy and
Sure,
raining
yeah.
and
hit
like,
up some
just-
dispensaries,
spooky.
all
Yeah.
the good ones.
Yeah.
No, it was a good
So
time.
you guys did like you just string a couple shows together, like kind of like
Uh,
bars or like what were you guys?
Was
some
were we
venues,
going
or-
to a? We were playing in
So-
San Francisco or something, right?
Yeah, so what we did was we initially had like I
With
think,
Fortunate Youth, we were doing the Halloween.
Yeah, there was Indica Roots has done like we have a little connection up in San Francisco or Pacifica, Pat Kenny, right?
Yeah, Pat Kenny.
Pat Kenny the boy, and Mitch, Mr. Mitch, and
Mitch Bollinger.
and Barbara, his
Yeah.
bar. But what's it called? Yeah, so we have a little family out there. And we try and do like little short runs out there. So we booked 2 shows. We had San Luis Obispo, and then we booked like a San Francisco show. But I think something fell through with that, so we only had the San Luis Obispo. That's why we went to the woods because
Okay.
we
Yeah,
had,
we
like,
had
free
extra
time.
day.
Yeah, so
Nice.
we played San Luis Obispo, and it was like a madhouse. You know, like Rico traded like
Guitar picks.
so many guitar picks with people
Just
and
throwing
other
them out.
bands,
It was
just
just-
throwing them out.
we're having a good time.
And yeah, it was super
was
fun and
for the
like
books.
like it was,
Killer.
you couldn't move throughout the dance floor. It was just so
Yeah.
packed. It was so cool.
That was one of the coolest shows I feel like we've ever played.
for sure. That
Frog
was
and
so
Peach,
fun.
man.
Yeah. Northern Cali, dude. I mean, it's
yeah.
it's a scene for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I love
different.
it up there.
It's different. The air's
Yeah, I
different.
love it up there. Yeah. Yeah.
So awesome.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, you had mentioned like Ika Mouse and stuff, and so I'll
yeah.
just like throw it down a little bit. My from my past story
Yeah,
is that
please.
I was in a band called Substance back in like the 2000, like era.
Sounds familiar.
And we were down in Newport, 51st Street. We opened up for Ika Mouse at many shows down the Coach House.
Yeah,
actually, we were actually going to go on tour with him for a bit.
Really?
Yeah, that was kind of the talk.
Oh,
of
that's
the
awesome.
Stuff. And but we opened for Third World at the Galaxy, which is now the Observatory.
Oh, yeah,
So
okay.
this was I'm
wow.
dating myself now, but
That's awesome.
it was called the Galaxy. And so, I mean, we did our share. Ika Mouse, it was at Ross Michaels and Ross Collins at, like, the Crazy Horse down at Irvine. And, like...
Did you ever play the Tiki Bar?
Tiki Bar?
Yeah.
Oh, a bunch of times, dude. We
Awesome.
opened up for...
We love playing there.
Jeez, there was a Long Beach band down there that we opened for, dude, that was hella killer. I remember they're all in, like, Lakers jerseys and stuff. But anyway, that was my scene back in the day, dude.
Yeah.
Out of high school and stuff. I had a couple boys that, the bass player and the singer lived down there at the beach, so I just would, just...
Go chill.
Yeah, I mean, just like couch surf and stuff,
Yeah.
and I was living down San Clemente at the time with my boss. So I was commuting up from San Clemente up to Newport. And,
Oh, man, yeah.
We played so many bars down there, dude, and like just really, really great times playing with a lot of the reggae acts and stuff.
That's
down
awesome.
There. And,
that's really cool.
Run Amok was a major band, like a punk rock band that we used to play with down there and stuff, and it was just good times. But the Coach House, dude, we've played many gigs down there. I love that
We've never
venue.
played there. It sounds awesome.
It is a really good venue. So, playing from bars to that, I mean, we ended up doing the like whole like pay to play thing at like the Roxy and stuff. That whole scene.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to get up the whiskey. Just for Doors purposes.
For sure. Oh yeah.
Gotta
For
see you
sure.
played there once.
Yeah. So I mean, like as you mentioned, the Ika Mouse and that thing.
Oh, yeah.
That whole scene. That was actually right. I think a little bit after that, he did that POD cross.
Oh yeah.
POD Ika Mouse thing,
Yeah,
dude, and
yeah.
but that guy kills it, dude. I mean, he's got like 30 fools up on stage
Oh,
with
yeah.
percussion and singers
Yeah.
and the whole nine.
Yeah,
and,
backup singers and
I
stuff.
have some questions about Ika Mouse.
Okay.
Because I know he's been very controversial, like recently, about something he said about Marley or something.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
I'm gonna have to look it up and come back to that.
Right.
But I was gonna say, like, personally, how was he as like a person? Was he like wild?
Oh no, he was hella cool, dude.
Super cool.
Yeah, he was super cool. The one thing I do remember, he's wearing like a Billy Idol like net shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Like a netted shirt.
That's really funny because I've seen him and met him too before, and he was wearing that too.
Yeah.
And it was actually at the Tiki Bar.
And I won't forget that,
Yeah.
dude. Like I was just
Super
like,
tall and
okay,
just
yeah,
ripped.
big dude, bro. And I mean, we have some stories, dude. I mean, like actually, one of those shows down there, we had a buddy a friend of mine who actually bought us a room at the 2 or 3 rooms at the DoubleTree that's right there
cool.
off of PCH.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 5 minutes from the thing.
It's a walk
and my
away.
singer, like an idiot, dude. Like, I mean, Keggy Parks, I love you, bro, but come on. On stage, he announces, like, we're at the DoubleTree. Everybody's
Oh, man.
invited. Come on down, dude, after the show. And... dude, it was a madhouse, bro. We had so many people in and out of those rooms.
Was it
and
cool though? Was it worth
no,
it?
it was
No,
not.
it sucked.
Well, I didn't pay for it, but I
Okay.
mean, no, it was cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't cool for whoever paid for it because we were partying so hard that like. Dude, like the owner of the DoubleTree came and was knocking on our door saying like, people around your rooms are gonna leave because of how crazy it is, and we're gonna charge you guys for the rooms.
Jeez.
And we were having such a good time at the time. We were kind of laughing it off, but whatever. We wake up in the morning, bro, and they had like slid a bill underneath our door
Oh my
for
God.
like 4 extra rooms of people that complained and like did leave, and we ended up like skipping out. We like snuck down the back stairway, got in our cars, and took off, and like. The homie that ended up paying for the rooms ended up paying for that, and
Oh, man.
I never heard back from that guy, Tony. I'm sorry about that.
Charge it to the
Yeah,
game.
dude. But I mean, that was my one rock star kind of story. Like
that's
my
awesome.
my singer just like inviting the crowd basically to we had like 3 conjoining rooms, and like it was like beer bottles being like tossed off the like balcony into the pool and stuff,
Oh
and
my
like
God.
I mean, there was no TVs thrown or anything like that. So I
But,
mean, it wasn't
you know.
Slash Axel style. or
That was
anything
the
like
next
that, but-
thing, though.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's
dude.
where it was
You
going.
guys
Yeah,
were
that's
at
where it was
level
going.
2. Level 3 was
Yeah.
very eminent.
And so, I mean, it was fun. I mean,
Yeah.
those are the good times, dude, being like a youngster and, learning the
course.
lessons. But we played so many house parties down there and stuff, dude. It's such a good scene on the beach, dude.
Oh,
Being
yeah.
a reggae band and living at the beach is just,
Prime.
That's
it
the
was
best,
life,
yeah.
dude. You know what I mean? Like, just, I mean, I can't even... how many practices we had where the cops would come and
be like, hey,
and
that
be
sounds
hella
good.
cool with us because
Chilling.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like we heard you from 4 blocks down the street.
Don't stop.
And you guys sound really good, but you don't have a permit, and we're getting calls and like. Sorry, I mean, you guys sound really good, and we dig it, you know. And
it's like, you don't have to put that joint out. But,
I mean, they would be like, play 3 or 4 more, but you guys got to end it, kind of thing. And you know, so there was a lot of that, and some of the parties that got broken up. But it's such a cool vibe down there.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
And you can't beat it, dude. You know,
Can't be matched.
No. So, like I say, the style of music is near and dear to my heart. I've you know always had reggae in my soul, dude. I mean, we're white dude. I mean, even that band was like 4 white dudes trying to play. You know, it was like Sublime was huge back then. My singer, he kind of had that scene going, and it was fun, dude. So, I mean, I can only imagine with you guys the trips and the shows and the good vibes. I mean,
we have a good time.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like nothing gets girls dancing more than reggae music, right? Am I right?
People love to
you
move
can
to
get
it,
the,
for
you
sure.
can get the girls dancing.
We get
the men
everything
dancing.
from little kids to old people to like dogs. We had dogs dancing last night.
No, one of my recent fondest memories is we played at a opening for that Who tribute band or whatever. There was this kid. This 2-year-old kid, Colton, that was his name, and he was just really like dancing, super into the music. And then Alex here, with the big heart that he has, gives him a drumstick.
Because he was a drummer. His dad said he was a drummer.
Okay.
So and then they get this kid a little bucket, and then like he was like sitting on stage, like playing with us, like,
jamming with us
while we were playing. And I just thought it was super cool. Like, you know, that kid's probably going to look back years from now. Whether he remembers that moment or not, he has a relic from that moment.
Sure.
So, like, in the future, he could be like, man, that drummer of Indica Roots, Alex, Mr. Alex, influenced me to play drums, you know? And, like, if we could have that impact on, like, someone like that or just anyone who dances to our music, that's an impact. You're impacting their emotion to dance, you know?
And that other little kid that I play my drum set.
Miramonte.
Lots of little kids. They're always like, drawn in.
We're super open.
You can only
to
hope
that.
to inspire them. You know?
Of course, you know, we're super open to that. We really love like opening that door for kids because you know some kids don't have either the means or the tools or you know just like the instruments to do so. So you know whenever they're in front of it, you know, and they're intrigued, I always like without any hesitation, I'll like take off my bass and be like, "You want to hold it?" Like, you know, and they're always like super wide-eyed, like, "Oh my god!" Like you know, it's so heavy. But
just a big guitar.
The big guitar.
Big guitar.
It's only got 4 strings.
I remember walking through middle school. I was like, I didn't have a growth spurt till like 8th grade, so I was really short. And in 6th grade, I had like I bought like a whatever. My dad got me like this Dean bass. That wasn't anything. It was like the starter pack, whatever. But he got me a really nice case for it, like a golden like hard shell case with like red velvet interior, and it was huge. So I would like walk through the hallways with my case, and it was like bigger than me. And like you know, I had like my backpacks. I just looked like the stereotypical freshman, stereotypical band freshman. It's so funny.
The little guy.
Oh,
that poor little guy.
Oh man.
So Alex, you're kind of quiet today, brother. Give me a little gist as far as like it seems like. How many drummers came before you? Have you been in the band for a good while or
not a good while?
Okay. Relatively newer.
Relatively recent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like how recent?
Like a couple months, like 3 months.
3 months maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I learned the songs in like a week.
Exactly. So
he jumped right.
We still haven't even got a chance to get to all of the songs. We've just been busy with shows and stuff. So.
Has it been a Spinal Tap thing for these guys? Or like, how many drummers came before you?
That I don't know.
Okay. At least 3.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. Dude.
Yeah.
No.
It's not too bad, but Alex is definitely the best drummer we've ever had.
Okay.
Like, it's been a real treat.
Yeah.
And it's very comforting as a bass player knowing that I'm not worried about what's going on.
Dude. You got it locked in.
I don't have to worry about what's going on. Instead of worrying, now we're just having fun with each other. Like last night we were like trying to land certain hits, and we were just I was telling him to flip his stick, and he was like doing it like super well. It was super funny, and like that's what I crave when I play shows. That fun, that you know, like element. I don't want to be on stage droning off. I want to be
drooping around.
I want to be interacting. That's why like I grew up doing theater, so that carried into my music. So I always loved being a firecracker on stage.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a real pistol.
Yeah. How many shows have you played with him so far?
Actually, quite a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
ever since he joined,
before I even joined, too, we played several shows.
Yeah.
I mean, the way we met was it was sick. It was we played at Danny P's Corking Tap Oceanside.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm actually the drummer for the Tones.
Okay.
And Anthony knew Brian.
Yeah,
From what
they
I
knew each
understand.
other from a while back
And he's
from
like- he's like-
acoustic shows.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, let's. I have this cool band that I want us to have an opening band for that show. I'm like, I'm cool with that. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then you guys came out,
Yeah.
killed it, and I was just watching you guys like, holy shit, you guys are so sick.
That was
And
awesome.
just like with you and Brian, how you guys sing with each other, and then
Yeah.
like Brian just freaking leads, and then Ian over there just
Shredding
like
balls.
killing it on the bass. And then I was like, wow. So that's how I met them.
Okay.
And then from there, they're like, hey, I know you've got your thing going, but like, are you cool with like playing some shows with us? I'm like, yeah, I'm down.
And then,
That's just
yeah.
kind of
Okay.
how it happened.
And then we
So are you pulling double duties now, or what?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet,
Yeah.
dude.
It works out perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
It hasn't
schedule's-
really been a conflict as far as practicing your
me and
gigs or
him both are
anything.
doing double duties right now.
Okay.
So, like,
Yeah.
it's honestly just a matter of prioritizing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and, we're all independent. We're artists, so we're always
Yeah.
writing our own stuff. Like, he actually has incredible electronic music that he does. Like,
Okay.
it's
Cool.
insane. Like,
Yeah.
I keep telling him to play shows. And he
Yeah,
will.
just like do his
Working
own
on
thing
it.
on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's been doing that. I've been
Okay.
writing some like psychedelic folk rock stuff,
Sure.
and like Brian McManus, he has his own solo stuff.
Okay.
And like I'm also in another band called Antic. It's like a hard rock band that we're like
Right.
on the rise right now.
Okay.
We're in the shadows working on our EP, and then we're gonna release strong with like everything, like photo shoots.
Well,
like,
that's
music,
bitching
all
that you guys
stuff,
are able to have that love and support with each other to be able to like
absolutely.
do.
Got it.
It's mainly
I
a
mean,
trust thing,
yeah.
It's
I'm
mainly
a big
trust.
grunge guy, so like for me, like the Pearl Jam, but like Temple the Dog, and like
Yeah.
they all kind of cross pollinated.
Exactly.
And bands that can do that and pull it off and support each other,
Yeah.
because through the years, all the bands I've been in, this and that, there's always like this kind of almost competition.
Yeah, I
Where
don't
it's like, dude,
that.
we're all in music
It's
together.
stupid.
We're all
Yeah,
homies.
it's
Like,
horrible, yeah.
why shouldn't we like
Yeah.
build up and support each other and
Yep.
hold each other up as opposed to
Exactly.
like we're against each other?
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
Those guys
I
are never
dig
fun.
that vibe
Yeah.
of being able to like do this and do that,
a
support each
family.
other, work it
Exactly,
out,
yeah.
and like. Then you guys start hooking up shows together where
Yeah.
you support each other. And it's like
It's easier
Cool,
to
you-
help each other than to be against each
Yeah.
other.
Totally.
Especially in the reggae community.
Yeah.
Like, it's just insane how we
So
can
much
just
love.
like
Everyone's cool.
everybody's cool. It's like you can just go to a show and like meet one of the bands that's playing, even if they're opening for like a huge act.
Right.
And then just talk to them and like, hey, let's set up a show. Cool.
Yeah.
That's it. And then just play a show.
Yep.
Like,
Brett Bollinger.
that's how I ended up playing with the Brewfish.
With Brewfish.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I saw him at the Westbound Festival, and then
And
that's
you
how I
just-
met Brett from
Yeah.
Pepper
That's
and and Dan Kelly, and then just like from there.
Exactly,
Started
yeah.
playing shows and like kind of spiraled down with the whole Fluid Foundation thing. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
everybody's just so connected, and all
Yeah.
these bigger guys are just so cool, and like,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's a small knit community, really, when it comes down to it, of bands that are serious and take it to that next level.
Yeah.
So, I mean, supporting each other is the way to go, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be a competition.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
feel like the only competition, and even then, it's not really that much of a competition. I would say is on like the highest tier of like, not that I'm not gonna say tier, but like right now of what's in the limelight, like Iatera, Soja,
Seeds.
Tribal Seeds, Slightly Stupid, Stick Figure, like Revolution.
For
Those
the,
are-
for the newer stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
for the newer stuff, those are like
And then
the
there's
six.
like the older guys like Steel
Exactly,
Pulse,
Steel
still killing
Pulse.
it. Ziggy Marley's
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
There's still those guys,
and
but
like personally, I love the older guys, but these newer bands, like even though that there is a competition, because at that level it's all Billboard, it's all numbers,
Sure.
it's all like,
Yeah.
it's like really like digitized.
Right.
But at our level, it's more of just like, what could we do to build each other up to
Sure.
get there,
Yeah.
And then so
Like Homie Palooza and stuff like that, of
Exactly.
everybody kind of
Yeah.
coming together and putting a
And
show
like-
on together where it's local dudes getting
Yeah.
together and putting something together that's for a local crowd and building something. I think that's cool. When I
Yeah.
saw that, I was like, dude,
That was
this
a
is
cool
what I'm
event.
talking about.
And
Rallying the troops.
Yeah.
Let's all pull our means, pull our support. And
we need more of that.
yeah, I definitely think
for
so.
sure.
Have you guys played Franklin's Cove?
I don't think we have.
I've played it like a million
I've
times.
heard good
man.
things about that
Yeah.
place, dude. I really have.
Yeah, I
mean,
have.
a lot of
They always have a lot of music
different
there.
people I've even interviewed. Rob
can be
and
pretty
different
fun
people,
there.
They
Yeah.
like that place.
Right,
so.
right now, our sights are set on like Belly Up, Winston's, like, you know, we
Yeah.
really want to go
Beach.
see Brett Bollinger from Pepper at
Yeah.
Belly Up.
Yeah, Darren
Kelly.
Greatly has played Belly Up like 4 or
Darren
5
Greatly,
times,
nice.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
know.
awesome.
And I've
And-
seen bands. I've seen
Yeah.
G Love and stuff down
Oh, yeah.
there.
And what goes back to
Love that
the
venue.
family aspect about the whole reggae scene is, like, you know, when I went to Belly Up, like, I felt like I knew 80% of the people there, and there was
Yeah.
a good amount of people
All
there,
the
like, you know,
homies.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
About this last Thursday.
yeah, at
I have
and
something to add to that whenever you're done.
yeah, and it was just amazing, like, you know, just being able to go inside and just feel warm with all your friends
Sure.
around you, and then go outside and you just see this beautiful array of characters that you've
Yeah.
like met over this timeline, you know, and now, like, it's like a family, you know, and
Sure.
we all got each other's backs, and it's super cool.
Yeah, that
Love
is
it.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that night, the group that went was the Tones, Anthony,
Okay.
Greg, me, Anthony's girlfriend, and then Ian went too.
Uh-huh.
We all just like cruised up together.
Yeah.
And he just, as soon as we walk in, he's like, "Oh hey, to like all these people." And then like I see some friends that I knew. I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" They're like, "Dude, I knew you were gonna be here. I just knew it." I'm like, "Yeah." And then so I saw my friend Chris and Johnny there, and they're in like another band, the Pool Surfers. They're like sick, like indie alternative, like
Okay. Shout
out Pool
really
Surfers.
different stuff. I'm like, they just released an EP and it's like pretty big now.
Okay, cool.
But like I saw them there, I'm like, this is sick.
Yeah.
And I saw like a bunch of friends, and then at the end of the night, talking about the whole community and the family thing, it's like
Yeah.
Chris from the Pool Surfers already knew Dan Kelly, and then from Fortunate Youth, he's
Okay.
a singer, and then I already knew him too. I've met him several times. I
Sure.
also have talked and hung out with like Brett from Pepper,
Yeah.
talked to Kaleo, hung out with Yasad, the drummer,
Uh-huh.
like these bigger guys. I was just a community. We could just talk to each other, and they're just so cool to the point that we I ended up going to the hotel with Chris, Johnny, and some other people. That they had a hotel that night, and
Mm-hmm.
we at first went to Saddle Bar with Dan Kelly, just hanging out, drinking
Okay.
beer and stuff, and then took over the stage. And there was a reggae band playing. Just took over the stage, like,
Yeah.
oh shit, Dan Kelly's here.
Yeah, right.
And then he had Chris come up, and then this other guy, I forgot his name. And then after that, we all went to the hotel together and just hung out and just played music and like just drank and like smoked, and it was just so cool.
Chills.
It's like, talk about community, right?
Yeah.
It's just like,
Good vibes.
With
Yeah.
Mr. Dan Kelly, like,
Yeah.
Fortunate Youth is probably my favorite.
Yeah, we love them, man.
Yeah.
they're legit.
Josh Heinrichs, all the greats.
That's awesome. I love it. I love the stories. I mean, just getting into the love of like family, like you guys say, there's a community that needs to be built, and we all need to support each other. So that's kind of what I've always,
Absolutely.
Yep.
felt the competition vibe, as I said, and it's like, dude, why can't we all just like spread
Yeah.
some love? That's like really
Why can't
reggae
we
music,
be
dude. I mean, come on, bro, like spread the love, you know.
Yeah.
So I dig it. So, what's coming up for you guys? What's the future? I mean, I'm not saying like in the next week or anything,
Yeah.
but like what's the vibe of the band? What's like the main goal for you guys? I mean, I heard you say like Belly Up would be cool to conquer, you know, that kind of
OB,
stuff. Like
PB.
what do you have your guys' side? I mean, I hate to be like a manager.
No,
It's like,
not
where
at
do you
all.
see yourself
No,
in 5 years?
it's
You
nice.
know, like
It's
you know,
nice.
That's
like what's
good. Kinda-
what's some of the goals?
We got a lot of stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
like first off, we're working on setting together a tour called it's Indica Roots and the Tones, 2 bands, 1 van.
Okay.
And we're gonna do like just all out of state, just hit the road
Yeah.
for like
Killer.
2 weeks.
Okay.
And then also, so I mean, we're in the midst of booking all those shows, trying to figure out how
Put
far
it all
out we need
together.
to do it. Yeah.
Sure.
And then just working on the full length. We haven't ever put out a full length. It's just been
Okay.
EPs.
EPs and stuff.
So
And we have
Okay.
a bunch of material. right
yeah,
now.
Sure.
and that's what we're
Setting
really excited
Yeah.
about. is
Where are
just
you guys
having
gonna
the time.
try to record that up?
We're still kind of thinking about it. I mean, we'd love to do it at 17th Street.
That's
I was,
Oh,
just
yeah.
about to say, I was like,
Sure.
I was about to say, Lou, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
love
would be
you.
killer.
It is the home.
That's the place, dude.
Yeah,
For
so
sure.
I mean, we'd
yeah.
love to do that. I mean, we got our whiz kid Brian McManus, producer extraordinaire, who
Oh, he
actually produced
produced
our whole last album.
Just the tip.
Just the tip, available on iTunes,
All media
everywhere,
platforms.
everywhere music
Right.
is sold.
Yeah.
And yeah, just that kind of stuff. What do you think?
I think right now, like we have a lot of pretty much midterm goals. Like short term, it's basically just play as many
gigs.
shows
Keep
as
playing
possible.
shows,
Keep playing shows, always.
Gigs,
spreading the
practice
word.
gigs,
Yeah.
writing. Midterm would be, like the bigger shows, like, festivals. Like,
Sure.
we actually got invited by a good friend of mine, Nathan Ward. He does Prana Music Group back in Florida, but he does a lot of booking for, like, festivals, and, like, he does the booking for Fortunate Youth when they come out there.
Okay, cool.
And he asked Indica Roots if we want to play South by Southwest.
Oh, boy.
And the timing was just, like, not, like, right or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
And we weren't able to do it, but just getting offered something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of, like, sparked something in me.
Yeah,
and
dude,
I
for
was
sure.
like,
Okay, here we go.
Exactly.
We're
So-
entering into another realm.
And the fact that he's aware of us now, and he said if Indica Roots ever is out here in Florida at the same time as Fortunate Youth, like, he's going to try and
Set
line up
that
some
up.
direct support or whatever. And, like, it's just, he's, like, a really cool, prominent driving force in
Sure.
Florida when it comes to music, and I really attribute a lot to him. So, shout out, Nathan. Doing great, buddy.
Awesome, dude.
But yeah, we're just gonna keep on rocking and rolling, and like Rico said, put out that full length, and like the EP is doing actually pretty good on Spotify right now.
Mm-hmm.
We
Killer.
have some good listens and plays on that, and we're just looking to keep growing, and ultimately take over Temecula. Like, that's the goal, take over the homeland and branch out, But do it with all of our homies and all the family with us,
Right.
So do it with the Tones right by our side, like doing just as much as we are. Like,
Right.
we don't want any, like, like one higher than the other. Like,
Sure.
we're doing this all together. We're going
Build
to
it
the
all
top together.
together.
Exactly.
That's killer.
And it's cool also having the other projects too, because that it doesn't limit us as artists. Like,
Totally.
we could be doing completely different things. Like he said, the Pool Surfers is like an indie thing, and he jammed with them like last night, and like I started doing like Rage Against the Machine type music and like psychedelic on the side.
Sure,
and
yeah.
Brian's super like R&B,
Right.
like really great voice.
Yeah, he does like his own acoustic stuff. I play acoustic shows by myself
Exactly,
too.
so
Like
sure.
we all just do like
we all got something.
Just keep him busy.
Yeah,
just keep yourself
exactly,
busy and don't
exactly.
pigeonhole yourself into one thing. You just
Exactly.
kind of always rocking. And as an
Yeah.
artist, that's what we all want. Dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
we
we're
don't
always
want to.
bringing our influences to practice.
Sure,
At the
yeah.
end of the day, so that's super cool.
That's hella cool. Good for
Like,
you guys, dude.
Well, I listened to Anderson .Paak. I got into like a binge for like on him for like a week or so, and I learned this bass line from it's like "Come Down." It's like one of his like hit songs, and he learned it instantly. Like I played the riff, and he already like dropped in. And like
I know that one.
At every
Yeah,
show,
Alex is like, I know that
I
one.
tease it at every show now. And,
Yeah.
and then last night, some guy was like, "I saw you teasing Come Down." I was like, "My boy."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we're gonna have to learn that now.
You know
Dude,
what's
yeah, no, for
Yeah,
sure.
right.
People dig that one, dude. Like
a good
that's
song.
that's a good one.
It's a hitter.
Oh yeah,
That's killer,
Slaps.
dude.
it slaps.
Well, and you guys all live here in Temecula, yeah?
Yeah.
Right?
Menifee.
Menifee? Well, close enough.
Yeah, we're
Temecula.
right
okay.
around.
Counts.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I'm right
Awesome.
off Rancho. I'm literally up the street. That's why I was the first
Yeah,
one here. I was
right.
like, roll that bed. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's cool. And you guys rehearse here that we had mentioned before. We
Yeah.
shot at the shop
Right
here, and you
here.
guys know Brian. So
Thanks, Brian.
Alex
Yeah.
literally sits right here when he rehearses.
Yeah,
the
I
drum
know.
sets.
Yeah, this is
I
his
moved
spot.
it over for us. Yeah, I know. He's like, dang it, I can't get away from this area.
He's like, something's all too familiar
I
about
feel
this.
Yeah,
really
just
comfortable in
natural.
this one spot right
So
here.
natural.
I'm a little to the right. Well, guys, I really appreciate you coming down and just rapping with me. Like I
course.
said,
Absolutely,
this is
man.
all about trying to support local. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really what I'm all about right now.
Yeah, man.
And we'll tap in as we get closer to the interview and see what's going on with you guys and
Yeah.
kind of promote that as well. So
Awesome.
thank you for getting out of bed and coming down and rapping with
course.
me. And
Thanks
you know,
for having us, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
thank
I
you.
really
Anytime, we'd
appreciate
love
it.
to come back
yeah,
again sometime.
and that's another thing. I mean, really, with a lot of these acts, dude, and some of these people, I would love to have reoccurring people
Yeah.
come down and
Yeah.
just fill back in on what
Yeah.
we've been on the road, we've been doing this, we did our
Yeah,
tour,
cool.
we did this and that, and
Yeah,
we got some
man.
road stories,
Yeah.
and we got this accomplished.
I
And
think spring would be a good time for
Follow-up.
Yeah, follow-up, for sure.
We'll have
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
We'll already have
Yeah.
a full length in production by then. We'll have
That'll be
like
killer.
a couple big shows under our belt. I know
Yeah.
Rob from Fluid Foundation's up in his castle brewing something.
Yeah, we're
like,
working
you know?
on it. We got some things in the mix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like I'm just really excited for what's going on, and just shout outs, Vibratory Productions, Crooked Hearts
Thank
Podcast
you.
for having
Yeah,
us.
for
you know,
sure,
like,
man.
Thank
they,
you.
Like a lot of love to you guys
Yeah.
for spreading our message and our
Yeah.
word and all that good stuff.
Well, it makes my heart feel good to have you guys in here.
Oh,
It
man.
really was a nice chat. So thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Of course, man.
Really appreciate it. And we'll chat again. I'm sure we'll hook back up again.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
appreciate it, guys.
Right on.
All right.
Right on.
Well, thanks for coming. I'm Andy the Pie Deal, and this was the Crooked Hearts podcast.
Peace.
All right, my Crooked Hearts peeps. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. That was the Indica Roots crew right there. Definitely worth checking these guys out. Local talent here. I do want to mention they have a couple shows coming up. They have the Winstons in Ocean Beach on Wednesday. Also, huge thing for them. These guys have a music video release show at the Black Plague Brewery on January 21st. Definitely worth checking out. These guys are huge local scene going on with these guys, and they've been playing around. Definitely worth checking everything out that they do. We were very excited to sit down and talk to these guys. You also can check out a link for them on Seedless Melodies on iTunes. That's itunes.apple.com for album Seedless Melodies. Local reggae rock from Temecula here, the California band here, Roots Reggae guys. Really cool sitting down and talking with them. I had some, connection with my reggae past to just be able to hook up and talk to these cats, and definitely a lot to relate with these guys. So, just very excited to sit down and talk to some local dudes that are just killing it. They're out there doing their thing, rocking, playing the reggae thing. So anyway, Happy New Year to everybody. Glad to get this new year kicked off here. We got a lot coming up. Appreciate all of our Crooked Hearts peeps out there listening. We look forward to what is in the future here with everything. So we have the episode 10 coming up next. So we are excited about that. That's a big milestone for us over here at the Crooked Hearts podcast. So thank you so much, everybody, for digging in, listening. Hope everybody had a good time, and we will catch you on the flip side. We are out.